Good to go.
Joined now by former Laurel Park Lancer and Norfolk State Spartan Donte Hodge. You're now out here training some of the athletes who have been in the Southside, namely former Magna Vista Warrior Brandon Burgess and Martinsville Bulldog Caper Zentmeyer. As a former athlete, why get back into this aspect?
Well, it's always just trying to help, trying to let the younger guys get a step above the rest. You have a lot of kids just sitting at home, pretty much just thinking that their natural ability is going to get them by, but it's just the extra and helping these guys get a little step ahead. It's just something that I like to do and something that I can do, so why not do it? So.
Donte Hodge with us on this Debbie's Flooring, Sam Atkins Home Builders special. You touched on natural ability and thinking you can get by on that. At what point did the light go on for you that you needed to do a little extra?
I'll say probably my first week at camp, when you realize that you're not the biggest anymore. So not the biggest, not the fastest, probably not the smartest. You got to find a way to pretty much keep up. And once you keep up, you got to find another way to go that extra step to pretty much stay ahead. So.
Donte Hodge with us on this ESPN Southside special. What's your future hold? Coaching, perhaps?
Perhaps. I'm a computer programmer right now, but coaching has always been a dream and a love. So I'll say, why not? You can always change up. You can always go back to programming if it's not the things you want to do. So I'll say maybe.
Maybe.
Strong maybe.
Strong maybe. Well, I like the hints that you're dropping at us as well. Have you had any offers so far?
I have had an offer from Norfolk State, so my old alma mater. So at the same time, I'm thinking about it, but at the same time, who knows? We'll keep it up.
You did some graduate assistant work as well there. What did you learn about being a coach and also about helping young student athletes as trainers and from the other side?
I pretty much learned a lot from the actual kids, because I've seen a lot of them that pretty much resemble the way I was, where you have a lot that have a lot of drive, and you have some that you have to push along the way to try to motivate them as much as you can. So I learned just as much from them as they learned from me, more than they would even know. So I like the whole experience. So.
You're not in the NFL. Why not?
Not too sure, but I would have to base most of it on injury. But at the same time, you can't blame one thing on anything. So it just wasn't meant to be, I'm supposing.
Any regrets about how that took place?
None at all. None at all. My injuries came from going that extra step on the field, so how can you complain about that? So.
Donte Hodge with us on this ESPN Southside special, former Laurel Park Lancer and Magna Vista as well. I guess they're part of that system. How do you feel now with Laurel Park not having that high school team?
It's a little bittersweet. The school was pretty much dying down when I was in the actual class of 2004, so it's like we graduated with probably 75, 80 kids, so it's like the school needed to do something, but at the same time, you'd hate to see one close down, definitely one that you went to the fourth year. So.
When you were at Norfolk State, you were able to room with Don Carey, who's now a safety with the Detroit Lions, formerly with the Jacksonville Jaguars. What's it like, how often do you communicate with him?
I actually communicate with him almost on a day-by-day basis. So he's in training camp now, doing pretty well. I actually went up to see him a week or two ago out in Norfolk, so he's doing great. He's a great guy, so it's always good to keep in touch with people that you know are real genuine and people that you need to keep around. So he's one of those people.
What makes him so special? He's a guy that's been able to last for a couple of years now in the National Football League.
It's just his drive. He pretty much keep friends, family, his work status, anything. He gives pretty much 100%. So those type of people, they don't come around often. So.
Well, it's certainly a relationship that you've seemingly been able to count on.
Right.
That's an open secondary up there as well. I know Louis Delmas is one of the pieces, but there are a lot of fluctuating parts. What are his expectations? Don Carey, your former roommate at Norfolk State.
We always expect the best, which is pretty much a start. So that's what he's driving for. That's what I'm pushing for. So we're keeping all positivity coming in. So we're just focused on getting this start and having a healthy season.
Donte Hodge with us on this ESPN Southside special, brought to you in part by Debbie's Flooring and Sam Atkins Home Builders. What's next for Donte Hodge?
What's next? What's next? Working, kids, anything that I can do to keep myself busy, I'm not against. So who knows what's next for Donte Hodge.
Well, you've been productive so far, and we'll certainly be following you as you go forward.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.